We talk about the violence in society, but we don't show how mentally unsound society has become. Here's a picture right here.
Oh, she's at work, huh?
Thicker than
Termination of employment.
So I don't know how y'all feel about this, but this girl took a picture while she was at work, and this is her termination of employment letter from HR.
Please be advised that we are terminating your employment effective immediately. The decision comes as a result of the content you posted on social media, which we deem to be inappropriate and not in alignment with the values of our nursing institution.
They should be paying attention to their patients. Teach these nurses some ethics. Yeah. Oh. Listen. I say this with much love. There's a different generation coming up, and it's harder to teach these things. And I mean that respectfully as I can. There's a different generation. It's just different. So I'm trying.
What I'm telling you, America, is this. If you have a woman like that at the workplace, it's gonna fall apart. It's going to fall apart if you have a woman at the workplace dressed like this, taking pictures like this for social media. The men who, even if they are professionals at their job, they're going to fall victim to the seduction of a whore. The best of us do this. And if you have a workplace that you want to keep productive, what are you gonna have a woman like that up there for?
There is one thing that all these nurses getting fired have in common. And it's not that they have something like my views are my own in my bio, or that they don't talk about controversial things. They are not filming while they're at work or with their badges on. That's what these people are doing. I hope that this is a lesson to everyone. Do not film at work.
Your life outside of work is just as important. Your behavior outside of work is just as important as what you do on the job. HR, anybody from your work can get a hold of your behavior and your utterances. Whatever you say outside of the work environment, it can be used against you. It can be used to fire you or disciplinary action against you at work. Here is a very good example of this. Now, here is a lady. I don't know if she's a nurse, she's in healthcare, as you can tell by the scrubs. She was recently let go. Why? The photo. Her organization didn't like that she took that provocative photo showing her, behind, exposing what should have been kept inside of the scrubs. And she posted this photo. Employer got a hold of it. She was let go. She was termed.
Well, you polite savages, here we go again. Too many of us don't understand that there is a difference between a job and a profession. You see, at a job, you could take a selfie, you could post yourself, and nobody really cares. But when you have a profession, they are looking to cut costs anyway, and you have just made yourself the lucky next contestant on Go Find Yourself a New Job.
Welcome back. Well, there is a troubling shift in the American workforce that is hitting close to home.
According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, 300,000 black women have left their jobs over the past 3 months, and experts are calling it a silent crisis.
This morning, economic news, brand new jobs numbers just out. You can see them behind me. In July, the U.S. added just 73,000 new jobs, below expectations, the unemployment rate at 4.2%. But the big news, really big news, major revisions for May and June, major downward revisions. Those months much, much worse than thought, really making them two of the weakest months since the pandemic.
And we have to understand one thing. The layoffs are ramping up in all sectors, all demographics, all peoples, and winter is here. It's going to be a long, cold, terrible winter, and you better learn how to pair up. You better learn how to adjust. You better learn how to adjust that attitude and figure out what you have to do, or else you're going to be out in the cold. And ain't nobody, I repeat, nobody's offering anybody blankets this time around, because Big Daddy government's pockets are almost bunny ears.
Well, the number one problem, and this goes back into 2032, because this is something that we see coming shortly, is that a lot of jobs that don't require any creativity or any oversight the more advanced AI gets, then the less you need those people to do those jobs. Like,
the fact that that nurse got on live, set her camera up to get on live. A nurse did this in a hospital to show you how she gives out her meds to her patients, and calling these people names out is I don't even know what to call it, because I have several friends that have been nurses, that are nurses now, and I remember all they was going through to get that license, the study, all that. It's a lot of stuff to become a nurse. You think I would have risked that for 40-some people viewing me on live on a TikTok?
So apparently this nurse was fired. She says she was unfairly terminated after sharing this Instagram photo of herself fully dressed in her work uniform. Let's see. Yeah, I think I see what it is.
And to the ladies of the community, let's speak facts, no hyperbole. You cannot have it both ways. You can't say that you are the least appreciated and the most discriminated against demographic, then turn around and do crazy stuff on a job and wonder why you're getting fired. It doesn't make any sense. Because the way I was raised, if you feel like you are behind the 8 ball, then you need to be straight up and down, damn near perfect just to get ahead in this world. Somewhere, somehow, we lost that sentiment, and now we are watching the dominoes fall, but don't trip, because we are just a canary in a coal mine, because even a larger demographic is getting the same treatment. And if they'll do it to them, and you think that you are oppressed, what the hell you think they gonna do to you?
Amazon is going to fire 14,000 employees to save $3 billion? Yes, they are going to increase the ratio of individual contributors to managers by 15% at end of the Q1 2025. Basically cutting off people and increasing the work pressure. Out of 1.5 million employees, 350,000 are in corporate role in Amazon. Mainly from engineering, product, management role are going to get affected. Amazon says it's the right time to make changes to adjust management structure to get maximum profit and output.
Hey, last thing, AI. AI is taking over. Bill Gates said in 5 to 10 years, he feels like it's really 80% of the jobs is going to be AI. If you go online now, a lot of it is AI.
Black people going back to slavery. I keep telling them that. This is the warning. Black people, you don't know technology. You're still on YouTube. You're still typing in the comment section. You ain't creating a new AI cartoon to make Charleston look like a baby and talk how he talk at the grown. Y'all ain't doing none of that. Your kids ain't learning coding. Y'all ain't streaming. You will be Amazon workers forever.
Polite savages.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Ladies and gentlemen of Polite Savages, we are now about to embark on a journey sure to anger feminists and modern women alike. And yes, the job apocalypse is progressing. And like a train that has forgotten its tracks, it keeps rolling along, going, bullet train out of control. And guess what? Everyone's in the crosshairs. As always, we can only guarantee to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. And sometimes the truth is a hot cup of coffee, wake up in the morning, shot of espresso. Time for you to make your choices, because every company is just waiting to let you go. So there's nothing left to do but get on up into it. Are you ready? Well, let's go. Well, I guess the ladies of the community thought we were joking when we said winter is coming, but now winter is here because these companies are looking to let everybody go. AI technology is on the rise and they can't wait to replace you. They'll replace themselves. Hell, they'll replace their mama if it makes some more money. You see, this is a capitalistic society and the root word of capitalism is capital, and capital is all they care about, and they will get you out of there with a capital. Bye-bye for anything, and you over here acting crazy, taking pictures and selfies on the job site. And we know these folks have so much compassion, they're gonna let it slide, right?
Gesture, what were you saying? Okay.
But it's time to wake up and understand one thing loud and clear. We told you winter is coming, but like I said a few minutes ago, my dear, winter is here.
Winter is here. And I'm not saying I don't know this woman personally, but you know, there's no reason for you to be taking pictures and shining. It's a beautiful ass. I mean, it's amazing. But ladies, ass ain't enough. And that's my campaign for this year.
Hey ladies, remember when you thought that your education was going to insulate you from all the ills of the world? Well, the truth is this: your education does help you move up. Your education is valuable to you. Your education does insulate you at times, but when it all goes down, when it's all bad, people start getting very tribal and getting rid of exactly who they wanted to get rid of from the beginning. No matter how good you are, you better be a peak performer to hang on till the bitter end. But even a peak performer, sometimes they get the axe, my friend. And let me tell you something, the folks who can't be replaced by AI, plumbers, carpenters, tradesmen, you know, all the folks you walked by and said they weren't good enough, they were too dirty, they weren't educated enough to get with you. Well, these are going to be the folks with all the money and their big trucks rolling on through, 6-figure large, still making 6 figures. And I'm not telling you who to choose, what to compromise, or what to do. Only thing I'm gonna tell you right now, one thing is very true: you better wake the hell up before it's too late, and you're gonna be all the way through. Because when it comes down to pairing, sharing is caring, and you might have blocked your blessings with that attitude that you have there, ma'am, talking about you were too good for that carpenter, you were too good for that bus driver. Hell, you might as well have chose the bear, but you didn't know the bear that you were choosing was the bear market. You dig?
Let's examine this woman. Okay, she got her ass set up in a way where it looks delectable. She got on her little average starter kit, the fake hair, eyelashes, and all that shit. That don't even look like that. She looked like a lunchroom lady as life moves on. But I'm saying, that woman can disrupt the workplace with that type of behavior. There was a time in this country women could not be at work with men. And it's all because of things like this. It seems like, oh, you should have control. You should know. The one thing that is proven time and time again.
And you polite savages, I'm not here to tell you that ladies of the other communities don't do stupid stuff like this. And even the fellas don't do stupid stuff like this. This internet social media clout game is out of control, and people will sacrifice and do whatever to make sure they get a few likes, a few mentions, a little attention. But the bottom line is this: I want everybody to think very clearly. The other races, the other folks, they have a far greater marriage rate than we have. So 9 times out of 10, when a lady from the community is getting fired and going home, she's going home to an empty house with no financial backing. But the other ladies, these ladies who talked you into feminism, who sold you the dream, sold you the Disney princess fantasy that you could only be happy, and if you're not happy, then you might as well go on it by yourself, because you'd rather do 100% by yourself than 50% and still not be 100% happy and all of this jazz. Well, guess what? These ladies, when they get fired, they're going home to their man with a steady job. And now that 2 income becomes 1 income, and they got to tighten up their belt, but they're still going to make it. But when your ass go home by yourself, guess what? It's just you and the 4 walls staring back at you, and maybe little Junior. You're in a whole ass kerfuffle because of bad choices. You better stop blocking your blessings. You dig?
Do you see anything inappropriate in this photo with this girl being a nurse?
Yes, because it's at the job place or school or wherever she's at. Wherever she's at, it's not her home. There's rules to a lot of these places where you're not supposed to be using, just like the ones that we saw on the plane.
You're not supposed to be using, right.
Right, you're not supposed to be using, the background which shows where you're at or what have you. Or, again, they do have those clauses, so obviously they have one.
I don't know who or how many times we gonna have to say it. You not going to work for anybody in this world and think you gonna do what you wanna do. That is a fantasy.
Y'all black people gonna be able to get Amazon warehouse job, and it's gonna be like jail. 12-hour shift, 3 on, 4 on, 4 on, 3 out, 10-minute break here, 30-minute lunch here, 10-minute break here, and get back online. And they're gonna have an overseer cracking the whip because black people don't know how to monetize AI nor technology. So homie, we f***ed up, and they think I just been talking.
Yeah.
Sound crazy.
Artificial intelligence is presenting a real challenge to the American workforce. A fresh new report shows more than 10,000 jobs have been cut so far this year due to the rise of generative AI. And
CEO Andy Jassy says artificial intelligence will lead to a reduction of its corporate workforce eventually over the next few years. He wrote in a memo to employees that they should figure out in his words, how to get more done.
And I talked to CEOs who are replacing thousands of customer service workers with AI, entire design departments, even coders are being supplanted.
It is time for women to come back to the table and come clean. $15 trillion pumped into the economy. There is no more money. There's about to be not a global recession, a global reset. Winter is coming.
Winter is here.
Thank you for watching the TIP Network. Follow us on all social media outlets and ask yourself one burning question. Can you handle the tip? Boom, we're out.
We found true happiness